Yeah, I can host. Xbox on.
Game on, baby! Wow!
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
Let's do this.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Party Chat Podcast. This is episode number 91, and what you guys might not realize is that this is take number 3 of us attempting to try and record this. We keep running into issue after issue, and we apologize for not having an episode out last week. I will again blame this on Ross and his technology issues. But yeah, with us today is the delicious of cheesiness. I can't remember what Ross just said that was really clever that I liked. For a little nickname for you, by the way.
I can't even remember either. So, in fact, I think I'm just going to delete. We got halfway through the episode, and then Ross's computer literally just turned off and won't turn back on.
Poor guy.
So it was,
Poor guy.
Yeah.
We also have with us, thankfully, her computer has not crashed, is the Queen of Cosplay, Carina.
Hey all! No, mine's safely okay for now. I still still got dodgy
your
microphones.
computer's okay, but not your microphone.
No,
Yeah.
my microphone has kind of disappeared, and it just blew. I don't know what happened, but it no longer connects, and I can't find another one for ages because no wire is stocking them, so I can't get a replacement just yet, which is annoying.
No worries. I'm this week's host. I'm Uncle Jesse, and I can't believe you guys asked me to host. This always does not end very well. Did that make any sense? This does. See what happens? I get all fumbled up with my words. But
At least you remember the name of the podcast.
No, I didn't say last week on Xbox One, right? That hasn't happened in a long time. A lot of last weeks. But Rhys, I want to start things off giving a huge congratulations on being awarded a Xbox MVP.
I mean, wow. Seriously. My last reaction was genuine, so I'm going to try not to ham it up too much. But it feels weird to pretend that I was excited for a second time.
We haven't
but
asked
like,
seriously. The second time,
Yeah. This is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited and so humbled, and also a little bit proud of myself to be given this award. It's really cool. So thanks all you guys at Xbox for giving that to me. It's amazing, seriously.
Rhys, can you just briefly explain to folks what the MVP award is?
Yeah, sure. It's not MVP like as in most valuable player, but it stands for most valuable professional, which basically it's like Microsoft sort of pays attention to people who don't work for Microsoft. So that you can't win this award if you're an employee. And it's basically a huge thank you and recognition for people who are like big figures in the community. You know, it even says so on the award. It's for recognizing community excellence. For me, it's because of the podcast and all the work I do on Reddit and all the stuff I've done, you know, going to Rare and all that sort of really cool stuff. And it's just their way of saying, you know, we recognize you and thank you. It's the biggest senpai has noticed you ever. So
it's pretty cool. And you, by the way, I believe based on other MVP award winners, you get some sort of a plaque or award, a physical award sent to you.
Yeah,
correct?
baby. It's in the mail. In fact, I got a message today from Customs that I had to explain why there was a glass plaque addressed to me in the mail. Finnish Customs are really funny. They're like, "How much is this worth?" And I'm like, "I don't know. What is it? I've never seen it before. What's it look like?"
Do you reckon it'll be heavy?
But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, yeah, there's another cool thing about being an MVP is it's not just an award, but it's actually a status. And the Xbox MVPs get invited to like a summit every year. and a lot of like really cool new things that happen on Xbox actually get run by the MVPs first. I'm not allowed to tell you very much, or actually not allowed to tell you anything about the program because it's all super secret. But for example, I know that it's declassified that it was the Xbox MVPs who were the first people to actually play with the Elite controller, just as an example. So I'm here to wreck your Xbox.
Perfect.
I'm gonna approve and suggest the worst things. It's gonna be great.
There's if you want to go out onto the interwebs, it's mvp.xbox.com where you can find out more info on that. Also, just a big shout out to Green Skull. I don't think I realized that Green Skull, who we've had on the pod once or twice, is also an MVP award winner.
Didn't he get that
cool. Last
year?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I'm on their site right now, and it shows a list of all of the existing MVPs, and it's not a big list. It's less than 50. So you're in a very cool category of peeps there, Rhys.
Yeah, I'm very thrilled. Thank you so much. It is truly an honor.
Very, very, very.
I'm going to post
cool.
so many pictures when I get it. It's going to be all over Twitter.
Screenshot galore.
Oh yeah.
So Rhys, there is something else now that I think we wanted to let the listeners know about, and I figured maybe you should be the one to discuss this.
Yes. Let me put on my administration voice. Basically, yeah. Thanks to the very, very, very good folks at the ID at Xbox program. That's, of course, the Xbox Independent Developers program. Hi, Agostino. We have decided to start a new section on the podcast every week. I already mentioned it on Twitter, but we're going to say it here again, obviously. And we have to think of a catchy name. We suck at name, but basically it's the Xbox, like the indie game of the week. And we want to shine a light on cool new indie games that maybe you haven't played and no one's really talking about, right? You know, we interview a lot of indie devs here, but we actually want to have the chance to play the same game and all of us talk about the same game. And then even cooler is that every week we are going to give away 2 copies of the game. So basically we just pick the game that we want to play that's just come out, and we're going to give these copies away and talk about the game as well. So it's going to be amazing. And the codes are going to be given away on Twitter every Friday. So there's going to be some Party Chat Podcast Free Code Fridays. So stay tuned for that. And of course, the very first episode, I guess, the very first game that we're going to focus on this episode is the Fall 2 Unbound by Over the Moon Games. So yeah, we'll talk about that very soon. But this is our new thing, and I hope we have some sort of cool new like jingle to introduce it as a segue as well.
This week on the I don't know. We have to come up with something.
Yeah, I really don't think she sounds like that. But yes.
No, I don't think she does either. Did you know I follow her on Twitter now?
Me too. The fancy Welsh lady. Everyone should follow her on Twitter for her wonderful voice.
Exactly. But this is pretty cool. Very excited for this. I think this is a really, really awesome opportunity for our listeners to take part in some of the cool, or take advantage and check out some of the cool indie games that we are looking forward to ourselves getting to play and talk with you guys about. So it's a very, very cool opportunity.
And I should say that if you guys tweet us or message us about the game of the week, we will read out your tweets and respond to them the following week within reason. Guys, please keep it PG-13. And yeah. Oh, and of course, full disclaimer, these codes are being provided by the good folks at the ID at Xbox division. So thanks to them for that.
Thank you. Very
cool. Yeah, thank you. Seriously, wow.
But Rhys, just to follow back up, sorry, Carina, you just got to pick your game up here this week. But Rhys, I did want to mention.
How you doing?
One other thing, I know
just
you're
wait.
just sitting back
I'll
there,
pop back up.
chilling.
I'm hiding in the shadows for now. I'll pop back up.
The last one, Rhys, really directed towards you is you had a really cool birthday present come your way.
I so did. I talked about this last week, and of course it was lost to the ether, and then I talked about it again. So this is the third time, but this is totally unrelated to the Xbox MVP thing, so if anyone's getting any weird ideas, believe me, it's not. in any way connected, I won a contest back in, I think it was November. Was it November?
It was last year sometime, late fall.
I think it was either October or November last year. But anyway, the prize for the contest was an Xbox butler. No joke. They legit sent a butler to my house, and we arranged to have it. My birthday was February the 9th, and we decided to have it on my birthday because, hey, why not? So the day before, he turned up, and his name was Harry the butler. And that's
handsome
Harry,
gentleman, by the way.
a very, very handsome, dapper gentleman.
Yes,
he was wearing
indeed.
glasses, bow ties, suit, everything. He's very, very nice.
Very nice watch as well on the photo that you posted.
And basically, on the day before the party, he turned up early with his car, and he chauffeured me around town as we went to all these different marketplaces where I got all these ingredients to make a really nice, like, Asian feast. It was a Korean and Japanese mix of food. I used to be a chef, for anyone curious about why I'm talking about the food like this. And we ran errands, and he was, like, walking around pushing my shopping cart and carrying my groceries, and I sent him to pick up... I sent him to pick up some swag sent to me by developers from the post office, and it was very nice. And he just drove me everywhere. And then I sent him home that day. And the next day, of course, he turned up, and I got him to go and pick up my friends. Actually, it wasn't like that. My friend, he was here, and one of my friends called me and said, "Hey, I'm running late," and I was like, "I'm having none of that." I sent the butler off to go and collect him, and brought them back. So I had all my friends over, and Harry was here pouring drinks and serving dinner, and I ordered him to feed the cat at one point, and it was just a really, really fun night. And we played, we played, what is it, Fusion Frenzy.
Nice.
On backwards compatibility. Definitely clouded by nostalgia a bit, that one. And we also played Black and White Bushido, which is just one of the funniest games you'll ever play in 4-player local co-op. I'm serious. It is so funny. If you ever get a chance, like if you're ever looking for a 4-player party game, pick up Black and White Bushido. Seriously, and yeah, so it was just a really fun, really funny night. It just a butler came to my house from Xbox.
I was honestly surprised when you posted a photo of it. I didn't think it was real.
we were
there is legit a dude that looks like a butler at your house.
We were like, this can't be real while we were there. Like one of my fellow mods, Ryan, he you guys know him as Our Light. And he was there, and he was actually like tweeting and messaging the other mods on. We communicate on Slack, and he was messaging the other mods while we were there. He was like, Cheese just told the butler to feed his cat. I can't believe this is real. Is this real? Is this real life?
Wait, how did you know it was an Xbox butler and not just some random butler? What if someone sent you a random butler?
I mean, well,
either way, still did what you asked.
Yeah. Would you really question if a dapper young gentleman turns up at your house and offers to fold your clothes? I mean,
I'd take that.
Fold them drawers, son.
Exactly. Fold them and don't ask any questions.
That's right.
What you see in there is kept to yourself.
That's right. That is right. All right. We normally talk about what games we're playing. Let's, Carina, what have you been playing lately?
I have been I've not done a lot recently, actually. I've been obviously playing the same old PUBG when I can. Tiny bit addicted. Kind of need to stop. Not gonna happen. But all I've done is play a bit of that. Did I get any chicken dinners? I don't think I've got any chicken dinners this week. But also, I've been trying out a new game, mainly because I just want to get away from PUBG. I've been playing Celeste, which is a really, really interesting game. It's not usually my obvious type of game to play, but I thought, you know what, let's give it a go, try something totally different. I do need a few fresh games to play before Sea of Thieves comes up and I turn into a pirate for the rest of summer. But
I thought you mean the rest of the year.
Well, yeah, to be honest, it probably I don't even know what I want to play after that. I don't think I will. I think that's it now. I sold my soul to the seas as soon as March the 20th appears. But yeah, I've been playing Celeste. It's quite an interesting game. You play as a character called Madeline. I think you can name her, but me and Ross were doing a speed run. So essentially, we both just went ahead and just obviously skipped most of the text base. But you,
Why is the main character in a game called Celeste Madeline?
I don't know, but you can name her whatever you want. So, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think
Carry
there's
on.
any. I don't think there's
Okay.
any relevance to it. I don't actually know, unless there's more to come. I'm currently just over halfway of the game, and yeah, no, it's really really. I mean, some people say it's quite a hard game. Now, I don't think it's difficult. I think it's just frustrating. You die a lot. After each level, it counts your deaths, and I think there's a certain section where both me and Ross struggled with, where your spoilers a little bit, but you're followed by your alter ego. I don't want to say much about her because she is part of the main storyline, very important. But your alter ego appears and gets a bit evil, and she turns into about 3 or 4 twins essentially, and just flies after you and kills you if she touches you. And you have to. It follows the same pathway which you take. So obviously you've got to kind of be careful where you step, where you jump, where you dash. I know that became a quite big problem actually. That level, and I think altogether, even though it was a short level, I died 362 times altogether.
Holy crap!
Holy smokes!
In
So
just a short section of a level.
Super Meat Boy, basically.
Yeah, basically. So they definitely want to. It's more frustrating, but it's very well played in the level design, and I definitely advise giving it a go. I didn't think I'd like it, but I got quite addicted to trying to just keep going, just because each area is slightly different. You're in a hotel, you're on the summit of a mountain. You start off in there's an area where I don't even know what it's classed. It's just all magical. It's probably the best way. And no, each area is very unique, and you do different things within the areas. And no, I definitely advise giving it a go, especially if you just want a bit of, break from usual games. Definitely give Celeste a go.
I've downloaded it some. Now I'm excited. You've sold me on making the effort to go and actually play it. I have that awful collector's problem of acquiring all the games and then never actually playing them. I think Clayton here is the biggest.
Yep.
One
Yep.
guilty
That
of
is.
that.
Oh yeah. Yep. What's funny enough is I was just looking at Far Cry. What's the new Far Cry? Far Cry 5 coming out.
Yeah, Far Cry 5.
I was like, man, I really got to get that. Why am I saying that? I'm going to buy this game, and it is going to sit on the shelf for a solid year, and I'm not going to play it. I'll go right along with a whole bunch of other games that I've picked up and yet to really even dive into.
What have you been playing then?
Yeah, I have been
Siege?
also, yes, a little bit of Siege, probably more PUBG lately, though. I've been playing a ton of PUBG. Carina, you gotta, again, pick up your game here, girl. I've gotten, this week, I think I've had at least one chicken dinner.
Oh,
I
you
saw
had
that.
a good game the
I
other day.
saw
I've had
that.
not one this week. I think I've had one every day this week, and then it was also my birthday. I think I had 4 chicken dinners on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was KFC.
That was some KFC.
All-
actually.
all
I
you
can't
can
remember if it was my
eat.
birthday or the day
We
before.
ran out of
Yeah, it
KFC.
was crazy.
We've got none anymore in the UK. I don't know what they're doing.
But
They
yeah,
ran out of
Karina, I was
chicken.
playing with your crew, and I can't remember who that was. Was it Bob?
I reckon it's
Bob
probably
Duckenweed?
Bob.
That did
Yeah,
the-
Bob Duckenweed.
That
probably
had
Ben.
the auto shotgun with a silencer on it and wrecked a whole
Oh, I
squad.
saw that video. It was
It
so
was
good.
crazy. It was absolutely. I was like, all right, there's no way this. And all of a sudden, he busts out his auto shotty and starts blasting these guys. And I was like, wait, is there a silencer on an auto shotgun? I didn't even know you could put a silencer on a shotgun in that game. Yeah, it was brutal, absolutely brutal. I actually also picked back up, and I'm trying to finish Quantum Break. I just got to the bridge scene. I don't know how far along that is in the story.
About
But
3
I'm about to
quarters.
say that's
3/4,
quite
man.
far.
Okay, I thought for sure I was going to be right at the end. So, yeah, I think this week I should have that finished up. I'm trying to play like a half an hour every night. I play some PUBG, and I'm like, all right, I put this down, play a little bit of Quantum Break each night before I go to bed.
I can
Vary
see
it up
one
a
of your
little bit.
chicken dinners at least on stream.
Yeah,
It was
there you
lovely.
go.
I popped in just the right time.
Oh yeah, you did. You did pop in right at the perfect time. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
right. That's right.
There's like 10 of you left. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it's the best time. I basically got a hype zone for free.
Wow. Yep. And then Rhys, I think we've heard what you've been playing. It sounds.
Well,
like
no, that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was
2 weeks ago. Now this week I've been playing a ton of Monster Hunter. Basically, everything I do is an excuse to hurry up and get back to Monster Hunter. This game is amazing. I just want to give a quick shout out to two of the fans actually who I have been playing with this week. Who go by the gamer tags Who the Goose and Manic Meat FC, which are both actually great gamer tags. Thanks guys, I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to continuing hunting with you, especially thanks to the dudes who actually came back. They were 4 or 5 times my level and actually came back and helped the noob out. So thanks for that. And of course, I've been playing the game of the week. And in fact, the problem with the game of the week is that Ross and I are the only two who played it. And now no one else has played it but me, because Ross is not here. So yeah, I suppose I should probably talk about The Fall, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you chat about that?
So yeah, seeing as I'm the only one who's actually played The Fall 2 so far, because I know you guys have been busy chasing them chicken dinners, I'll just very quickly talk about it. Basically, it's a sequel, and it's a direct sequel to The Fall, which was released a couple of years ago. The developers did an AMA on the subreddit when the first one came out, and they also did an AMA on the subreddit about The Fall 2, completely unrelated to this, but still, it's up on the subreddit now, so make sure you go and check that out. But it is a science fiction game, and it is basically a 2D side-scrolling platformer-ish. It's like a platformer Metroidvania game crossed with a traditional sort of point-and-click adventure game. You know, I don't know, like the Monkey Island games, for example. And the first game was, in my opinion, pretty meh. It was okay. But the second game, the story, it's just incredible. I'm serious. I dragged myself away from Monster Hunter and was really, really upset about having to play another game that wasn't Monster Hunter. But then I started playing and 5 hours just went past. I played the game 5 hours straight because I was absolutely enthralled with the story. I think it's got to be one of the best sci-fi stories about artificial intelligence I have ever seen in a video game. No exaggeration. The story is that good. And I think that the graphics are average and the controls are a bit clunky, and I think the combat is completely unnecessary. I would be happy if it was gone, but the game actually gives you the option to almost turn the combat off. So the developers understood that as well. But the story, it's seriously worth playing for the story. And if you haven't played the first one, it's okay because it gives you a nice recap beforehand. And I think that the story of the second one is so much better than the first one. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I know Ross isn't here, but we talked about this before and he loved it as well. The only thing he complained about was it was a bit tricky to figure out some of the puzzles, and that's true. It can be quite hard, but there's nothing a smartphone with Google can't fix. But yeah, no, if any of you are interested in a really interesting story about artificial intelligence that really sort of forces you to do some uncomfortable and questionable things and then sort of think about, wait, why did I do that? This is the kind of game for you with some actual moral choices that have actual consequences based on what you do. Because the main concept of the game is that you have to save yourself, and you save yourself by possessing other robots. That's not really a spoiler. And so the stuff that you do with the other robots has that would be a spoiler. But yeah, it's a really cool game, and I highly recommend it. And basically, you guys should definitely listen out, and hopefully you can win a copy of the game this week, because there's going to be 2 very happy people, I think.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Love them giveaways. All right, so let's find out what's going on the subreddit this week.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast. This week in the subreddit.
Rhys, you want to take this first topic about Microsoft being crowned the most ethical company?
The most ethical company.
Ethicals.
Ethical with your spectacles. So, Basically, Microsoft was crowned one of the most ethical companies in the world. Other people were like, what? Definitely 90s high school Rhys definitely would not have expected to have heard that in his lifetime, I tell you what. But yeah, and it's not ethical like they're out there serving the rainforest. It's more to do with how they treat their employees and what their company culture is like and how they compete with other companies, for example. Google's not going to be winning that award anytime soon. So yeah, that was nice. It was posted by Laughing Man, who is one of our most prolific subredditors. So thanks for being you and contributing so much. But I just wanted to actually bring this up mostly because it ties in really nicely to Senpai Phil's lovely speech at the DICE Awards. Did you guys see that?
I did.
I missed it, but I have been meaning to catch up. I'm going to have a binge next week of just everything that I've missed.
Well, it's worth a watch. Basically, I thought it was so nice to see Phil up on stage, and he was like basically talking about Sony games and talking about Nintendo games and talking about Xbox games and saying how lovely all gaming is, and he was saying how that we really all need to work together to sort of fix the toxicity problem that we have in gaming, and that gaming should be more inclusive and more open to everybody. And it was just really nice. You know, it wasn't something that you'd expect this, like the head of a multi-billion-dollar section of a multi-billion-dollar corporation to say.
Agreed. It was very, I thought it was a very well put together speech. It was a little bit long for me, I won't lie.
It was 14 minutes.
It was 14 minutes? It felt like...
No, I said 40.
Oh, I was like, there's no way that was 14 minutes. I easily sat there for at least 30 minutes. But no, I thought it was incredible, and it was, you know, he was calling out how he's had conversations not only with gamers but also people internally in trying to just better understand how culturally we can all sort of work together on changing the entire gaming atmosphere from, again, not just from the gamer standpoint, but also from an internal standpoint. If you're a female or someone who is a non-male and non-white, so to speak, or not even so to speak, but it was sort of refreshing, especially with all the craziness that we're hearing today about story after story of different harassment claims or Carina getting harassed while playing.
I was so waiting
PUBG.
to be like, you know, we happen to have a non-man type person.
I was about to like say, oh, it's a good thing I'm a 13-year-old boy, apparently, but I mean...
24 female California ASL. So Carina, what's your experience been like with Xbox Live? Have you encountered way more, like a ton of creepers? Like, obviously you've gotten some, but have you encountered more than you'd expect, or less, or the same? And how do people treat you any different once they find out that you're a grill?
Half and half. I think I've had the odd creepers pop around, the odd ones that you have to kind of go, okay, no, it's time to block, and I very rarely block people. I don't know why, I just hate the idea of it. But yeah, I've had people that have managed to stalk everything. Although I did recently have someone. The only one thing, I tend to post my social media, but the one thing I don't post is my Facebook, just because I'm barely on it anymore. But yeah, so even someone found that and kind of was like, "Oh, are you Retro Crystal?" I'm just like, "Oh,
they Googled you."
That's nice. But no, I don't. I tend to get the most ones I get is asking my age, which I don't really give. But then they're like, "Oh, are you like?" I literally have the 13-year-old boy thing pop up all the time because it's like, "Oh, you sound that young," and I'm like, "Oh, that's great," but I can assure you I'm not 13 because I'm playing an over 18 game. But not that stops.
That never really stopped me.
I was about to say, I don't think that stops any kid. But no, yeah, I've had the odd few. The worst thing's messages. Just loads and loads of messages, just random messages, and I've had to turn my notifications off, which is annoying when you miss party invites and stuff. But I suppose you know if you're getting an invite or not, so it's all right. It's not too bad. But I did get one person. Basically, because I turned my notifications off, I didn't get their message. And then they sent me another one saying, I see you're online. And then another one saying, oh, great, you're ignoring me, blah, blah, blah. And just kind of went off on a rant on me and saying, oh, well, you're all rubbish players anyway, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I didn't really see it because my notifications are off. And he just went on some vent rant. And I was like, okay, I'm going to continue playing PUBG.
But okay, so my question is that's creepy. You should consider like looking at your lawn just to make sure before you go to sleep at night. But do people treat you any different after they find out you're a girl? Like, you know, you start off playing and then you speak. Do they change?
Not really. It's quite surprising. I mean, you see so much media of people being like, oh, I got called this, I got called that, blah blah. But for me, it's kind of always been a positive. I've kind of...
Oh, that's great.
Other than, like, the spam and messages, I've always got people both in real life and online being like, oh, it's cool that, you know, a girl plays games. And, I mean, or in other terms, I'm not a girl that goes, oh my god, I love FIFA and Call of Duty, and they pretend to be gamers and they're not. Or, you know, sit there holding the PlayStation remote, playing an Xbox and eating some Wii remote, because apparently that's what girls are supposed to do nowadays.
No, you're supposed to be licking the Xbox controller.
That's right.
Oh, yeah,
right.
And you know, you really should stream like in a really low cut top. You know, just saying. You know, there's standards that we men expect from our female streamers.
Oh, that's it. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong.
And there goes my career. Out of context. Out of context to the joke.
That's right. Delicious cheese from the Xbox One subreddit and the Party Chat podcast.
Oh, no. You know, I actually had to agree to a standard of behavior to become an Xbox MVP, so I really should be careful about that.
We know what you meant.
You meant what I knew. Well, that's
you guys should wear a low cut top. Maybe it should be the other way around.
Well, we should stream in low cut tops.
Yeah, why not?
Clay, I'm up
for
that.
I do that all the time as it is. Have you seen my V-neck shirts? They're
I mean, I never stream with
low.
Pants on. Good Lord. What's the next topic?
Wait, but before we move on, I since we're objectifying men,
of course.
Has Phil Spencer been hitting the gym? The dude looks swole, man. I was like,
he has definitely bulked up.
I gotta hit the gym. Phil Spencer's looking buff.
Did you get stung by a bee? Because you're looking swole.
Dang, man.
I think some people were making fun of that in the comments, actually, as well.
Oh, by the way, can we just talk about don't live stream watch content over on YouTube? The comments are like the worst place in the world. Absolutely.
Everyone knows YouTube comments is like the worst. So imagining them like live, it's like watching someone have diarrhea. You just don't do it.
You know what YouTube needs? They need Mixer's new cat bot.
Yes.
Oh, I need to try that out.
You do. It's very nice. Sorry, I took us off on a tangent that I did not want us to go down, but it was just fun. Let's chat about for a second a new remaster that was blown up earlier in the week. We now have Burnout coming again was it in 4K? I think they had said 4K
60 FPS.
Yeah, that's right.
But only on Xbox One X. It says 4K native available only on select platforms. So that's their way of saying sorry, PS4 Pro.
Pity. And that was Alex E. Makarov over on the sub. Posted about that. I think I know, Rhys, you played this. I know I played this. Carina, did you ever play Burnout?
No, I don't really play a lot of car driving games. I tend to crash too much.
Oh,
that's the whole point of this.
This is a crashing game.
It is.
Maybe I should play that. Maybe it'll be the only driving game I'll do well at accidentally.
It's amazing.
Okay, so for you, Carina, and anyone who doesn't know what Burnout is, it's an open world racing game. And the originals weren't open world, but Burnout Paradise is. And, you know, you take your car and you just drive around, and, like, the game is so uninterested with, like, standard racing Like, you don't even have a speedometer. You never know how fast you're going. It's just, you can just be like,
Fast.
I'm going so fast I can't see. And, you know, you can do jumps and all that kind of normal stuff that you do in an open world racing game. And you can race other cars and stuff. But what makes Burnout is that it has really, really, really detailed, I think probably the best I've ever seen in a game, soft body physics. So when you hit another car, like there's traffic, so if you like head on another car, the game will like cut to like a really dramatic angle and then go into super slow-mo as like both of your cars just sort of crumple into one another, and then you like it'll go back to normal speed and you like fly through the air and smash, and all the parts of the car will fly away, and it's just epic. And then, you know, the game resets and you're on your own. And when you're racing, if you like slam another car into a wall or into a traffic, like the camera spins around and like shows you this really cool slow motion thing of their death, and it's called a takedown, and you get points for that. So it's like the whole game is about crashing, and at any point you can hit both shoulder buttons and your car will just flip and start to crash. And you can actually, once that happens, you can sort of steer your crash a little bit, and you get points for how much like property damage and how many other cars you crash into before you come to a stop once you do the flip. That's the whole thing about Burnout.
This sounds like my type of driving game.
Oh yeah, racing is like irrelevant, and it's so easy to drive because it's really arcadey. So I'm definitely looking forward to the remaster. I would have preferred a sequel, guys.
Well, okay, so this is what I was, when I saw this, I thought maybe this was going to help refresh everybody's memory about what the game is, and then maybe come E3, we'll hear about a new Burnout.
That would be a very tactical maneuver, and I hope so. Oh, by the way, for those listening who don't know, when I say Burnout's open world, I don't just mean open world on your own. It's actually open world multiplayer. I think you can have like 10, 15 other players in your world driving around at the same time.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's been a long
Good
time
trip.
since I got it. And you know what? I never is. I don't think I remember seeing it in the trailer. Is all the DLC cars going to be in this, like the Ghostbuster car, and I gotta go back in time?
They specifically showed both of those cars in the trailer.
Did they? Man, I must have missed it.
And the motorbikes and the new areas. What was that island called? I can't even remember. But yeah, it's a really great game. Well worth your money, and it's huge. It's hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay there, especially with all the DLC. It even has a party mode where, like, I have played this many times with bunches of friends. You sort of take turns, and it's like, you know, maybe it'll put you in front of a jump in a really weird car, and you got to go over the jump and do as many flips as possible. And then when you crash, you pass it to your friend, and then they do the same thing, and it takes you to all these different scenarios. Like, you know, like one, if for example, it rams on the accelerator and you can't brake, and you have to drive into oncoming traffic, and the winner is the person who survives the longest. So it's got a really cool party mode as well.
It does.
And great soundtrack.
High octane.
Take me down to the Paradise City. Actually, it also has a huge selection of classical music, so you can change to the classical music station and enjoy some Bach or Beethoven as you destroy the city, if that's your thing.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Before we talk about the games with gold for March, Carina, I think you'll probably really enjoy this announcement here about a 4K patch that is now available for Fortnite. And is that only available as well on Xbox One X? That's crazy.
And Clay, there's more.
And there was a season 3 announced that will also be space themed. Very, 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 very cool. I've actually got to get into Fortnite. I've downloaded it. I don't think I've ever played a single game of Fortnite.
Oh, I love Fortnite. If you want one that you just want a bit of fun with, like, that's the difference. Everyone's like, oh, what's the difference between Fortnite and PUBG? The same battle royale. Fortnite you can have a laugh with. Except shotguns are like OP all the time, but you can have a good time with Fortnite. With PUBG you have to concentrate because no one wants to lose in PUBG. With Fortnite you don't care, you just blow things up, build random bases and blow more things up. But there's a hoverboard. Apparently they're bringing out a hoverboard.
Hoverboard?
Yeah. I was like, okay, this passes my bush. I want to be a hoverboard now and just, well, not be one, but ride around on a hoverboard.
What about a bush on a hoverboard?
Oh. I wonder if you could do that.
I'd love the next level silence when you just sort of contemplated that in your head. Like I could see you picturing that in your mind. You were like, yeah. You know that gif where it like slowly zooms in on the guy and he does like one little nod? That was you just
I just saw on Twitter the little clip of the hoverboard, and it looks like Marty McFly on a hoverboard from Back to the Future. Oh, it kind of looks like Marty McFly. It's got a red.
Are you watching the trailer right now?
I'm not watching the trailer right now. That's not that audio. That's not what you hear. That's not what you hear. Maybe it was.
Professionalism.
Very professional.
Guys.
I'm sure that sounded wonderful on the.
It was great.
Recording.
It wasn't as good as your sound machine. So, Carina, you're excited for this, though.
I am, but now I've got to try the bush and a hoverboard thing and see if this is actually, if that happens. I need to try this.
Are you excited about the move to space? Do you think that'll shake the game up a lot?
I just want to be on a hoverboard on a bush. I'm not bothered by anything
I
else.
don't care about space. Just give me a hoverboard.
No, actually, I'm quite interested in space. I reckon they'll bring out, which I'm guessing they're going to. Oh wait, yeah, they are. The astronaut outfit. I mean, the thing is, I don't really buy any. I'm not the type to buy microtransactions and stuff, but I do. Obviously, I used to play the vanilla game, so I've got some V-Bucks just that I made through the vanilla game. So it'd be cool if there's enough to buy. I'd love to be a spaceman or space woman, even
space person,
space thing.
We're being more inclusive. Remember?
That's right. I also did like how one of the new character designs that you can get are outfits. It looks like John Wick. Did you see that? Yeah.
No, I didn't notice any.
I saw the big pink bear one. I think they had that in the last patch. Well, last update.
It's a guy in a black suit. It looked like a black suit with a white shirt and tie on, and then he has long hair and a beard. It looks just like John Wick, and he's holding
just
a
like
pistol.
John Wick. Yeah. That's great. Someone actually posted a really, really nice screenshot in 4K of the Xbox One version just today on the subreddit, and it looks nice. Like Fortnite looked good before, but now it looks nice.
I hope they bring out some space areas then, because I know they've just released some new areas.
Yeah,
but it'd be cool if they made like a space station and just kind of had it there. Oh, what if you could play on the moon?
Playing on the moon would be cool.
They should have a moon map.
Level on the moon.
Moon map. And yeah, and there should be gravity, so when you jump, you just like
sail.
Yeah.
Clay, have you played the Mario DLC? Ross isn't here, so he's talking about Nintendo.
No, but I downloaded it.
Luigi
I can't wait to play it. My son, I have a 6-year-old son who is like freaking out. He's so excited. As soon as I saw on Twitter that it was released, I like ran upstairs. I was like, hey, guess what just came out? I was like, we're going to play it tonight after dinner. He's so excited. He's been asking me for weeks now. Ever since that first trailer came out, is the Luigi DLC available yet? When can we play the Luigi part in Mario? Very excited. We'll be definitely playing that tonight.
Fantastic. You should stream your Switch as well.
I don't know how you do that.
Oh,
just plug the Elgato into the Switch.
Because it just goes to HDMI. Yeah.
Oh wait, do you have an Elgato?
I do.
Or do you just use? Yeah, well, just plug the Elgato into the Switch and use OBS, and boom.
So much work.
So much work. Just rather play PUBG.
I just rather stream it off my Xbox.
We've been so spoiled by how easy it is to stream on your Xbox. You just press one button and Shazam.
People underestimate how lazy I am.
I don't.
So
I subscribe to your YouTube channel. I don't. I know exactly how lazy you are.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
All right, what's games with gold then?
We have the new games with gold for March is on the Xbox One. We have Trials of the Blood Dragon from March 1st through the 31st. Then we have Super Hot from March 16th through April 15th. Then over on the 360, we have Brave, the video game, from the 1st through the 15th. And then Quantum Conundrum from the 16th through the 31st. Have you guys played any of these? Interested in these?
I gotta stop you because you said Super Hot wrong.
But I said Super Hot.
No. It's super hot.
I said super hot.
No,
Did you say super?
Super hot.
Super hot.
No.
You're saying it with
There's
a B.
the pause. Super hot.
Super hot.
You haven't played the game, have you?
No, I have not. I've not.
Okay, so when you play the game, are you familiar with how the game works?
Yeah, you move and it speeds up time. You stop moving, it slows down time. Something along those lines.
Not slows down. So what happens is the game is sort of like a puzzle game more than a shooter, and you begin, and time only moves when you do. So you start the game. For example, this is just a theoretical example, and there's a dude in front of you holding a gun to your head, and you can punch the guy, catch the gun out of the air, turn around, duck under a table, pop and avoid a gunshot, pop up, shoot 2 other dudes, throw your gun at a 3rd dude, and then karate chop a 4th dude. But to do that, you have to plan where the guys are and know what's going to happen next. And so you move forward a bit, and maybe you punch the guy, and then you stop, and then you look at the gun, and then you move and you catch the gun, and then you turn around, and then you see that the next guy on the left is about to shoot, so you aim the gun at the guy on the left, and you pull the trigger, and so it's like you sort of have to plan and execute in this sort of stop-start way, and one mistake means that you're dead. But when you finally complete the puzzle with this, time only moving when you do, the game gives you a replay in real time of what you just did, and it looks amazing. And the whole time, this guy with a really deep voice is repeating "super hot" over as you absolutely destroy everyone. It's so cool. And so you've got to understand, there's only one way to say the title of that game.
Oh, awesome! Now I see. That actually sounds great. I have not played that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing trailers for it and thinking this is going to be a really cool game, but I'm very excited that this one's coming. Very excited.
I don't actually own it, but I played it way back, like two years ago or so, at a conference with Microsoft where I first met Agostino. Hi, Ago. They had some demo units there. I turned up to listen to Ago speak, and then afterwards we were playing the Xbox and the demo units. And yeah, I played Super Hot. It was like a pre-release demo version, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. But I never actually got around to buying it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because then
you got it here.
I got it here.
I'm quite excited for a Super Hot, to be honest. I have played the game as well, but I played it in VR, and oh my god, it's so cool in VR.
Whoa!
It's so cool in VR. Basically, when I used to work in the arenas, I did a lot of VR stuff, and when I didn't want to talk to customers, or I was bored, or sometimes we were allowed to play anyway, because obviously when you play, you entice people. I used to just play Super Hot, but there's I don't know if it's the same on Xbox and PlayStation, but you can do an endless mode to see how far you can get. So me and the other colleagues would have like an internal competition to see how far you can get. And on VR it's so good. But obviously it takes your full body into consideration. So, you duck in, you move in, and I mean, I'm guessing it's just done with a controller, but if anyone gets the chance to play it on VR, definitely give that a try.
No, it will be perfect for VR, because VR is so clunky, normal shooter, because you have to be constantly moving and stuff like that. But because time only moves when you do, it's like perfect for VR, because you have time to sort of get your bearings and then move around in the sort of 3D space to avoid the attacks and stuff. That's great. I really want to play it in VR now, and I don't like VR.
Completely side story note here. Major Nelson tweeted out earlier in the week that he was very excited for some stuff. I can't remember exact quote it was, that he'll be able to announce very soon. I'm assuming come E3. Any thinking that they might do their own VR headset?
Well, Microsoft has been pushing really hard. This what is it? Is it not augmented reality? But
no, they do mixed reality. They've got a mixed reality headset, but it's not. It's nothing special.
Mixed reality for
I don't
Windows
think.
10. But I don't think so. I mean, the VR space is slowed down to nothing. Like, honestly, I think Microsoft was correct to skip this generation. I don't think it'll peak again for another few years. Until it comes down in price. It's still too expensive for the average person, even PSVR. I mean, that's basically how I feel. Yeah.
Just shoot me down, man. I guess I'm the only one interested in a VR headset for gaming.
Oh, Mr. Moneybags over here.
Mr. I loved Kinect and Xbox Fitness and
Mr. Connect.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know because I'm excited for the HoloLens, but I hope they don't bring out anything else. They should leave it. They should bring out the HoloLens really soon, please.
Yes.
And cheaply.
There.
just some glasses.
Just give me one.
Give me one. I mean, I'll take it off
As
the
an
hands if
Xbox
someone has
MVP,
to.
I'll walk into a store with the plaque in my hand and like sort of wave it around. I'm sure I'll just get whatever I want.
Where is my HoloLens?
I'd laugh.
Yeah,
I'd laugh if you
I'm
dropped
sure that's
that.
how it works, right?
You drop that and it just shatters. Then you post
Oh no,
photos
that's
like I
my
dropped it.
nightmare. Can I have another one, guys?
Send it back all super glued.
Oh my
Duct tape. Get the
Oh
duct
my
tape
gosh.
out.
Good lord. Are you guys? Have you guys played Trials of the Blood Dragon? Though I think Ross has.
Yeah, I think
haven't.
Ross has. No,
I'm
I
not
have
sure.
not. I'm looking forward to it though. This was the trials that you can get off your vehicle, right? Or there are certain levels that you can go on foot, I believe, or there's all sorts of different.
I haven't played it, but I remember Ross talking about it a long time ago, and I believe he said the same thing. I love the sort of retro Blood
Right.
Dragon 80s aesthetic.
I was, you know, what was funny is I was very confused for a second when I saw the. I don't think I watched the video or even read the posting, but I saw Major's the screenshot, and I thought it was what's the other Blood Dragon title?
Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Yeah, Far Cry Blood. Is there a connection between the two?
Yeah. Same. It's in the same universe, and it's like both are by Ubisoft.
Yeah.
The Far Cry Blood Dragon is obviously like an in-house Ubisoft title, and the Trials games are made by Red Lynx, which is a Finnish company, and they're also owned by Ubisoft. So I guess they just sort of decided to do this fun little crossover. Oh, by the way, do you remember we had Steve Stewart in here, who we interviewed for Stardust Galaxy Warriors, that 4-player shoot 'em up on the Xbox One. Yeah, he works for Red Lynx now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's their community manager for South Park. So
Oh, that's right.
congrats,
Yes,
Steve. Yeah.
that's right. I remember seeing that.
I know you're not listening,
on
but-
the Twitters. Who knows? He might
On
be.
the Twitters. He might be. But yeah, so I'm excited to play that. It's a decent month this week, except for the 360 games. I think they're both crap.
Yeah, I'm not really caring about those. You know what I am looking forward to now is finding out what's next month's Xbox Games Pass new titles that are coming to Games Pass.
Thieves.
Besides the Sea of Thieves.
Well, is there any other game worth playing next month? Let's be real here.
You guys want to know something? A horrible, horrible secret.
What?
A horrible secret about Sea of Thieves. I'm so excited for it, and I have not played in any of the alphas or the betas.
Well, I have deliberately only played one or two.
I
just
don't
to
want
keep
to
my
ruin
hype.
it. I don't want to. That's my mentality is I want to go into this completely clean. It's sort of like
it's gonna be an honor to sail with you, sir.
oh, it will be fun. We're gonna have to get a big party chat podcast.
There
pirate
will be a
adventure
huge
going.
party chat. There's 4 of us, and you can have 4 people on a crew. It's definitely happening. In fact, Agostino was nagging us to do that as well, so it's going to happen. I promise all of our listeners there will be a party chat stream if you want to see us fail at sailing.
And Emma, I missed the opportunity to set the high seas. Set the high seas. Hit the high seas.
Hit the high seas.
Hit the high seas. High seas.
Sail. I believe you sailed the high seas.
Sail the high sea. Yeah, not hit the high sea. With Emma
Good
at
Lord.
some point. Is it?
Well,
is
yeah,
it late?
Emma.
Is it
Emma
really
also, I mean, if you guys want to hear us talk to Emma again next month, there's probably a pretty good chance that I may have already sort of kind of organized something, but you just have to wait and see. We're gonna have Rare on next month.
Yar.
Yay!
It's gonna be great.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the topics. Rhys, can you remind everybody about the giveaway that we're doing just one more time?
I would love to, because I absolutely love giving away free stuff. I am going to be tweeting every Friday from the Party Chat podcast account. Basically, all you have to do is see the tweet, like it, retweet it, give in to whatever ridiculous demand I happen to make of you on that particular day. And on Saturday or Sunday, I think I might wait till Sunday just to give it a couple of days to really spread out and give everyone a chance to enter. I'll just randomly pick 2 winners, and you will receive a free copy of The Fall Part 2 Unbound, which is a really hard title to say, but that's our very first game of the week. And next week we will have a completely different game of the week. That's why it's the game of the week, and there will be more codes again every week, so look forward to that. Oh, and if you don't follow us on Twitter, our Twitter handle is PartyChatPod.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I meant to have this ready.
Oh dear. There we go.
Nailed it.
I wish my phone would go louder. It's
Why
not.
don't you just do an actual air horn?
I know. I just need to get an actual air horn. Ooh, I'm gonna go on Amazon after this and look that up.
But before we close out this episode, the cursed episode, by the way, which we have recorded 3 times now, and it's just everything's trying to stop us from doing this. And Ross's computer is literally dead, and it's been sent back to the shop. Very quickly, did you see the Biomutant trailer, aka Monster Hunter, where you play the Palico, aka Monster Hunter Zelda?
Oh, I did. I'm actually really excited by that.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
That sounds
almost
cool.
as excited about the new Rainbow Six operator.
Oh man, can we not talk about that? I'm really excited about the new operators, but this new DLC, this little mini event that they're gonna run, that's not Rainbow Six Siege to me, man. Stop trying to be something that you're not. It'll be fun for like 2-3 weeks, however long it's gonna run for. But don't tease me with something and then take it away after 3 or 4 weeks. Either leave it in there or don't put it in there at all. Just give me some new maps and some new operators, and I'll be happy.
The angrier you got, the more southern you sounded.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know that when I occasionally have a few alcoholic beverages, I've been told I become very southern. My southern accent sort of kicks in. I'm from the South, everybody, if you didn't know, but I've kicked the accent a long time ago. Or tried to.
Oh, good Lord. I think that's everything, isn't it?
That's everything.
I think so.
Do you want to...
Yeah. Oh, let me take us out of let me take us out of here. I just want to say thanks again for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week. Make sure to again follow us over on the Twitters. Hit up the subreddit for all the top submitted posts. And wait, I'm just going back into my Xbox. Last week on Xbox update.
Oh,
Sign
God.
off. Yeah. Until then, Xbox off.
Turn off.
Turn off? Xbox turn off. Can you see how much I don't use my Kinect anymore? I forgot even how this works.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast, the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit.